My name is Kim Hanna, and I run Exotic Avian Sanctuary of Tennessee. I've been rescuing and taking in parrots for a long time, since about 2003. But we became incorporated in 2012, so we've been doing this officially for about 10 years. And I take in people's parrots that can no longer care for them through a multitude of different reasons. We also work with animal control. We do hoarding cases, abuse cases, neglect cases. And then just your normal, everyday people that need to surrender their birds for whatever reason.
Do you know how many birds you've rescued so far?
We currently have about 100 birds here. During those 20 years, probably a couple of hundred more than that. But yeah, we do sanctuary. We're primarily a sanctuary, but we do adoptions as well. Some birds come here that they just don't do well in homes, or they've been through so much, or have medical issues, that we place them in sanctuary. And then some birds do better in a family situation, so we make sure that the family is educated. We do an interview, we do home visits. We make sure that they're going to a good place. At least twice a week we get surrender requests. And we'd like to expand, but because right now we're pretty much at capacity, but yeah.
You gotta back up. Back up. Back up.
Can you tell me about some of the worst rescue cases you've had to deal with?
Wow. We see all kinds of things. Our latest, I guess, was they were being kept in an outside building that had no heat, no electricity, no food, no water. Two were already dead from starvation. We did get there in time to get the two that were still living out, and they're doing well. But they had just been forgotten. They had the people just put them out there and didn't care, what happened, or that they were cold or starving or dying. So yeah, and we've come across, hoarding situations too, where the owner has passed away and the sheriff's department goes in, and it's just a nightmare. There's cobwebs and spider webs everywhere, and bird cages stacked, and it's there's a lot of there's a lot of bad situations in with parrots, and you know, I mean, there's a lot of great homes out there too. I don't want to say that every situation is bad, but you know, there's some bad ones. Start about 7:30 in the morning. They get fresh fruits and vegetables or chop every morning, made fresh for 100 birds. So that takes about 2.5 hours, and then everybody gets fresh water and pellets every single day. And then usually we start in on cleaning. That's another thing people don't realize. Parrots are incredibly messy. They make a lot of mess throwing food, and so, you know, cleaning 5 or 6 hours. You know, if I have a sick bird, I've got to take it to the vet. I have birds here that I have to medicate every day. He's okay.
You're a good support bird.
And that doesn't include the emails, the phone calls, the text messages, all that kind of stuff that I do on a daily basis. So it's a lot, you know, it's a lot, and I couldn't do it by myself. I have a wonderful team of volunteers. Couldn't do it without them. I mean, you have to have a good team around you, good board members that are involved, and good volunteers that are here that you can count on. It's imperative for any rescue or sanctuary to have that. You got to. But it's a lot. It's a lot of work, and we all work really hard to maintain what we do, and hope we're successful at it.
Hello. Just hold one. Not sure which one.
I want to hold a little one.
A little one?
You know, at the end of the facility, there's a nursery, as they call it, and you can pick out a bird for thousands of dollars and take it home right then without anybody giving you any type of education on it. It's a shame because I think they could do such great things with the property that they have. It's a stunning property, um, and they could help so many homeless parrots. As a sanctuary or even adopt them. But yeah, I mean they make probably a lot of money and they're exploiting parrots is what they're doing. So it's a shame.
Do you think bird breeding should be illegal?
Personally, for the pet trade, I do. That's they don't belong here. You look at it at these beautiful, intelligent creatures, that have wings and are used to, should be flying around in their native countries. So whoever thought about it, however many hundred years ago, that it would be a great idea to capture these birds and put them in a cage. I mean, when you think about it, how insane is that, right? It's just insane to me that we think this is okay. But the fact is that it's done. So we have to take care of the ones that are here. And the problem is, with the thousands of birds that are being bred, it's just disheartening. You just like you have puppy mills, you've got bird breeding mills, and there's really no regulation on how these facilities are run.
What do you think most people not realize before they buy a bird?
I think they think that the bird's automatically going to bond to them and that they're immediately going to be able to handle them and interact with them, and it takes a lot of time sometimes for birds to, you have to earn their trust. You have to put the work in. You can't just, a lot of people I think give up too quickly, and then also a lot of people, once they get a bird home, and they're going off to work and they're gone 10 hours and, they get home and they realize, this winged creature has been in a cage for 10 or 11 hours. They feel guilty. I certainly did when I started out and I was working a corporate job. I felt horrible that my bird was home in a cage all day. So I quit my job for my parrot and started doing something else so I would have time for them. So, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of screaming. It's a lot of biting. It's a lot of destruction. People just need to make sure they do their research first, and it's not an instant gratification.
How does somebody qualify to adopt a bird here?
We have a application on our website. We have an application on our website that they fill out, and it comes to me. We go over the application and make sure that that everything looks good on the application, and then we usually talk by phone and set up either a home visit, an in-home visit, or an online visit. If it's a little bit further away than what we can drive. And then we invite the people out to come meet some of the birds that we have for adoption, and we kind of try to match the person with the bird. A lot of times the bird will pick their person, which is always good. So that's kind of how it works, you know. And not everybody is approved. You know, that's just the way it is. My number one goal is to look out for the bird and their well-being. So that's what I'm always going to be striving for, is what's best for the bird. Going. Yeah. How about that?